So let's try this one here. And the goal here is to find the derivative of this here function. Now, before we do any calculus, I would actually just do some basic algebra first. And by that, I mean rewrite the original problem like this. You see that square? You could write it like that, or you could write it like this. It's the same thing because sine of that is the thingy that is being squared. So I prefer this notation. It's much easier for my brain to look at it like this than it is to see it like that. Now I can do calculus. So let's take the derivative. So f prime of x. And so initially you wanna do this, you want to apply this first. So first do the power rule. So you go 2 times, there's an invisible 1 out there, right? So 2 times 1 is 2. You preserve all of the stuff inside. You don't touch it yet. And you subtract 1 from this. So I have taken the derivative using the power rule. So that's the outside. 2 times 1 is 2. Keep it. And then subtract 1 from 2 to get 1. Now, I multiply by the derivative of the inside. So let's only focus on the inside here in blue. I'm only focusing on the stuff in blue. So to take the derivative of the stuff in blue, first you take the derivative of sine, which is cosine, and you keep the stuff the same. So I've taken the original derivative, the first piece of the outside there. Then I multiplied by the derivative of the inside, which is sine, which becomes cosine, and I keep that the same. But I still now have to multiply by the innermost function, which is 3x to the 4th. And that derivative would, of course, be 12, right? Because 4 times 3 is 12, x to the power of 3, because you subtract 1 from the 4. And if I clean up this mess, it'd be f prime of x equals, so let's see. So I have 2 and I have a 12. I cannot use these because these are inside of signs. But I have 2 and I have a 12, which is 24. And I could put x cubed here. And I could go sine 3x to the 4th. And then cosine 3x to the 4th. So 100%. So for the next problem, all of these pieces that I have written down, this was all just information that was given to us for free. And the first problem, we're given that h of x equals f of g of x. Okay, that's fine. And the goal for this first problem is to find, I think that says h prime of 3. So that's the goal. So I need to find the derivative of h. So let's see, let me copy and paste this down here again. So I know that h of x equals f of g of x. But I need to create h prime. So let's see. H prime, that means take the derivative of the left and of course the derivative of the right. So the derivative of h of x is h prime of x. And the derivative here, well, first take the derivative of f, which is f prime, and the stuff inside stays the same. But then I multiply by the derivative of the inside part of f, which is g of x. And the derivative of g of x is g prime of x. So this is the equation for h prime. But I want to use this equation to find the value of h prime of 3. So that means that all of these inputs have to become 3. So let's see. So this is h prime of 3 equals f prime of g of 3 times g prime of, I was almost going to write x, but I should write 3. And now let's see. Let me grab a pen here, a smaller pen. And so that's what I want. And this is what has to, the math takes place here. For instance, how much is g of 3? That's given to be 5. How much is g prime of 3? That's given to be negative 4. So let me rewrite this. So I have equals f prime, well, that became 5. Multiplication, that became negative 4. And now why don't we focus on this? How much is f prime of 5? right there, 2.7. So this is equal to 2.7 times negative 4. My arithmetic is horrible. 2.7 times 4. It's not like 10.8. This is so embarrassing. A mathematician who needs a calculator. Hey, but you know what? My professors, they're terrible with arithmetic as well. Hey, but I was right. So negative 10.8. Negative 10.8. So no shame in using a calculator. So that takes care of that question. That was the goal, and it equals that. Now the next part, it says let Q of x equal G of f of x. That's just given to us for free. And we want to find Q prime of 3. So if you want to try this problem on your own without me, now that you saw this, you can pause the video and try it. Otherwise, keep watching because I'm just going to dive deep into this. So this is what I want. I want Q prime of 3. But I'm going to be patient. First, I'm going to find Q prime of x. So the derivative of that is this. And now the derivative of that would be, well, first take the derivative of g, which would be g prime of, keep the stuff the same, but then I multiply by the derivative of the stuff inside, which is f prime. And now all these x's, all these inputs, they become 3's. So Q prime of 3, which is the goal, is equal to all of this here. And let's finish this. Let's see. So f of 3 is 2.5. And f prime of 3 is 6.2. So this equals g prime of 2.5 times 6.2. How much is g prime of 2.5? There it is, it's 8. So this equals 8 times 6.2. And I think I know what that is in my head, but I'm not gonna risk it. It's about 49.6. 49.6. Final answer. So let me know if you have any questions and I will gladly help you out.